What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we got some more information about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, and this isn't good news for the community at all. If this information is correct, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered will be coming, but it's going to be campaign only. Just to cover the bases here, this is coming from Charlie Intel. I will leave a link to the original post in the description below, but apparently they were actually sent material from a Raven employee, and in this material, it suggests that it's going to be campaign only and no multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Now, while this does appear to be legitimate, and I do trust Charlie Intel, they're a pretty reputable source within the Call of Duty community. They're not the type to just make up sources or information or anything like that. I want to be clear that this isn't 100% confirmed at this point, that it's going to be coming in the first place, and also that it's going to be campaign only with no multiplayer. So I just wanted to clear that up. There is still that sliver of hope that we are going to be getting Modern Warfare 2 Remastered with a full multiplayer mode, but with how everything's looking so far, it doesn't seem likely. And this would actually go along with their price point on that earlier leak with Amazon Italy. They listed it at only 20 euros. And that price point makes a lot more sense if this is going to be a campaign-only remaster. Now, how do I feel about this personally? Well, the first thing I did is I was checking the date because I thought it must be April 1st or something, but it turns out it's not April 1st yet, and I feel like I probably share the same sentiment as a lot of the community, and that is just sheer disappointment at this point. Unfortunately, this is one of the issues when you base a lot of information on leaks, and you speculate and you get excited and you get hyped up over something that hasn't been officially confirmed or announced or talked about in any official capacity. So I do take partial responsibility for having my hopes and dreams crushed at this point, because I was envisioning something that wasn't confirmed, wasn't even really hinted at in any official capacity, and I was the one that got my hopes up for this. Having said that, if they do in fact release a Modern Warfare 2 Remastered that's campaign only, I feel Activision is way out of touch on this one. They have to know that this is going to disappoint a lot of people in the community because, yeah, campaign is great and everything, but people absolutely loved Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. It was one of the highlights of the Call of Duty franchise for multiplayer, not necessarily in the balance sense, but in the sense of overall just fun and enjoyment. A lot of people look back to that game as like the pinnacle of Call of Duty multiplayer. And I think they'd be missing out on a huge opportunity here by announcing this as a campaign-only remaster. Having said that, I acknowledge the fact that it's probably a lot easier to just throw together a campaign remaster rather than managing a full multiplayer remastered, which also requires a lot of support after launch and everything. And I think what's going on here, and this is actually a theory that I saw on Twitter from a friend of mine, E. coli Espresso. I will leave a link to his YouTube channel down below. He was the first one that mentioned this and kind of planted the seed in my head, but I'm definitely agreeing with him here. I think what would be going on here is they're trying to build up the hype for the Modern Warfare series, because I strongly feel next year with Infinity Ward, we will be seeing Modern Warfare 4, and they really want to lead up to that. So I agree with Jordan when he says that it's very possible we're going to be seeing Modern Warfare 2 Remastered campaign this spring at some point. Then we're going to get Black Ops 4, it's going to be a standard game, multiplayer, everything like that, Treyarch, it's going to be awesome, it's going to sell well, all of that stuff. And then next spring, we will likely see a Modern Warfare 3 Remastered campaign, and this is designed to build that hype and lead us into Modern Warfare 4. Of course, this is just a theory, so don't quote me on this as if it's fact or anything, but I think it makes sense to have a timeline like that. So I think what's going on here is Activision is thinking a bit more long-term with this, and they're trying to just lead into a Modern Warfare 4 next year because Infinity Ward doesn't have the greatest track record as far as sales go over the past couple Call of Duties that they've made, so I think they really want to build that hype over time, and that would be a very effective way to do it. However, this comes at the cost of short-term disappointment. Like I said, they had to have known that this is going to disappoint a lot of people, that it's going to be campaign only, and we're not going to be able to experience that remastered multiplayer of Modern Warfare 2. I still have that sliver of hope, but even if this turns out to be true, the one little silver lining to this is at least we aren't going to have a game that's directly competing with the current Call of Duty title, which is CoD World War II. If they did release a remastered Modern Warfare 2, that would definitely be competing for my time within the Call of Duty franchise, and I think that would split up a lot of the current Call of Duty player base between Modern Warfare 2 and CoD World War 2. So I guess that's me just trying to look for the bright side to this, but overall I would have loved to see a Modern Warfare 2 remastered with multiplayer, and I'm still holding out that little sliver of hope. And with that, I'd like to know in the comment section below, what do you guys think of all this news? Do you think they're actually going to be releasing Modern Warfare 2 Remastered as just a campaign-only game? And if this does turn out to be the case, what are your thoughts on this? Would you be willing to spend that 25 bucks or so for a campaign-only remaster of Modern Warfare 2? Or would you just skip it? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.